It's week 16, and as we close out the regular season, we've got some teams pointing to the playoffs, others pointing to the future. In Pittsburgh at Three Rivers Stadium, one of each today, the Buffalo Bills looking to finish out a 500 season, their first 500 season since 1975. The Pittsburgh Steelers coming off a defeat at the hands of the Houston Oilers, looking for their 6th straight crown in the AFC Central Division. Meanwhile, looking for crown number 1 in the NFC Central, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, searching for elusive victory number 10, go against the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Cleveland Browns, led by that man, Brian Sipe, are in a wait-and-see position. They'll have to pile up points against the Bengals and then hope for some other teams to lose. Meanwhile, the Giants, led by Phil Simms, closing out in a search for respectability, going against the Baltimore Colts in the Meadowlands. Our eyes on all of those games, and the eyes of the runner of the 70s, he has his on the runners of the 80s. Mr. O.J. Simpson gives his opinion of Messrs. Campbell, Payton, Sims, White, and many more, all today on NFL 79. NBC Sports presents NFL 79, an inside look at professional football and a preview of today's games. Brought to you by the new 1980 Volkswagen Rabbit, Dasher, and Scirocco. Volkswagen does it again. And by these fine products from G. Heilman Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin, and other cities. Good afternoon, everyone. Bryant Gumbel and Mike Adamley welcoming you to NFL 79, week number 16. We have to start it on a sad note, the passing at the age of 55 of George Halas Jr., president of the Bears. Mike, you know him well.
Brian, he was known as Muggsy to friends and family. He will be missed dearly. We certainly give our condolences to his wife, Pat, and his 2 children.
Got a full slate of NFL action as we close out this regular season. 5 games on tap. Let's take a look around at the weather. There could be some snow in Pittsburgh at Three Rivers Stadium. There the Steelers will take on the Bills. Out at the Meadowlands, it's overcast. Weather in the 40s as the Giants there will go against the Baltimore Colts. Down in Tampa Bay at Tampa Stadium, it's about 60 degrees, but it is raining, as you can see, where the Buccaneers will have to entertain the Kansas City Chiefs.
Another game with playoff hopes on the line. Kansas City and Tampa Bay locked in a 0-0 tie in the 3rd quarter. The game has been plagued by turnovers, 6 in all. Ricky Bell, however, has played well. Number 42 picked up 75 yards in the first half, including 14 yards on this burst up the middle in the 1st quarter. It led to an attempt for a field goal. The snap was, however, bobbled, and Neil O'Donohue, the kicker, number 6, picked it up. It was knocked out of bounds before he could pick up the first down. Kansas City had their problems, too. Steve Fuller, the rookie from Clemson, here gets picked off by number 54, Richard Wood, and Tampa Bay was back in business. But no sooner was Tampa Bay back in business, Doug Williams hands off to a rookie sensation, Jerry Eckwood, number 43. He gets loose for 42 yards, but he can't handle the ball. He fumbles. Kansas City recovers, like I said, 6 turnovers in all. And Brian, if this game winds up in a tie and Chicago goes on to win, the Bears are in, the Bucs are out.
Okay, Mike, at least there's an excuse for all of those turnovers because there's a lot of rain.
And the inexperience is starting to show.
Looks like your hometown, Niagara Falls, New York. Sideline. Ricky Bell at the 30, the 25, cracks down to the 20-yard line, close to a first down. M.L. Carter knocked him out, coming from Neil O'Donohue.
You see Blanchard concentrating. All he's got to do worry about now is get that ball in position. Look at
the kick is up. It is good. And the Buccaneers. What a splendid, splendid finish for that man, John McKay and his Buccaneers. What happened?
Tampa Bay finally snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. After 3 weeks, they finally won a game and won the NFC Central Division title. They'll be in the playoffs. It was done in a torrential downpour in Tampa Bay Stadium. Look at the cascading waterfall. 7 turnovers here. Here, Neil O'Donoghue picks up a fumbled snap, tries to pick up the first down himself, but can't do it. 1 of 7 turnovers by the Buccaneers. Here was another one. Jerry Eckwood gets the pitch out from Doug Williams. He looks like he's off to the races, but he drops the ball, and Kansas City stuffs out of another rally. Finally, Neil O'Donoghue from 19 yards away. First time ever the Buccaneers are in the playoffs, and most certainly O'Donoghue will go into Buccaneer history. And Brian, I know you might be a little bit happy because you're fairly good friends with Tampa Bay coach John McKay.
As much as anybody can be friends with John McKay, I think. Certainly I do congratulate him. I think he's a fantastic coach. I hope they're not in over their heads in the playoffs either. The way they've played the last month, you got to wonder about it.
At Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers still looking for that one victory that would give them the NFC Central title and, of course, a playoff berth. It was this kind of day. Look at that torrential downpour. And so the climate and the meteorology was the predominant factor. And Doug Williams felt some of it, too, in that big splash. But in the 4th quarter, with the game tied at 0, Neil O'Donoghue connected. From 19 yards out, Tampa Bay won the NFC Central title in only their 4th season.